my attention now. Take your time. Come on.
That power Armand has. Oh my gosh. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Raquel Raelynn. I am the author to these 3 sapphic books, and today I'm back with Interview with the Vampire Season 2, Episode 4. I am super happy. This episode is called I Want You More Than Anything in the World. Last episode, we saw that Armand was going to kill Louis because the other vampires told him that he had to, since Louis wasn't going to join their group. But Armand ended up changing his mind, and him and Louis went back to Louis' place and they kissed. And then we saw Claudia, who did join their group, but she didn't look very happy there at the end because they said that they wanted her to play the part of a little girl and that she was going to do that for, you know, decades, which is the opposite of what she wants. She wants to be treated like an adult. That's one of the reasons why she wanted to find vampires, others of her kind, is because she wanted people who could see and accept her for who she is. But now that she's gonna have to play this part to the humans as like this child, she does not seem so happy about being in that group anymore. So we'll see where that goes. And what's going to happen with Armand's group, because, you know, Armand did not listen to them when he said he was going to kill Louis. Because Armand is the one who came up with all these rules. He made them all follow it. He killed people for not following it. So I feel like they think it's a little unfair that he gets to pick and choose when to follow these rules or not. But let's just find right out, and get into this episode. That makeup is something fierce. I love the color though. Teal is a very pretty color. Louis is so confused. He's like, why is she doing this? I wonder if this is the actress's actual voice. She's a pretty voice.
I don't like windows when they're closed.
What was that look that he gave? He looked like maybe he was a little jealous because the guy was singing along to her song. He seems like someone who really wants the spotlight and to be like the...
And how did she like being infantilized?
Strong life requires a letting go of the self. She carried her water uphill like a seasoned
with it.
Yes, madame. Little bird.
Oh, Louis looks just so disgusted. He's like, what is going on?
Her wings. Get it free. Birdie loves the breeze.
The play was a hit.
an unmitigated hit.
They added shows, added seats, sold souvenirs.
Parisians who'd long disdained us started drifting.
Yeah, I really
back
feel
in
like
again.
that blonde guy's
We even
not gonna
added
like
back
this at
a
all.
Wednesday French
That
performance.
Claudia's
Coven
getting
take
the attention.
With good ways.
Oh, I hate
Yeah.
this song like I hate my mortal father.
Yeah, you'd think you'd start changing up the performance a little at some point.
Lackluster, bromidic, unacceptable.
Yes, matron.
So, explain to the company why the 500th performance of My Baby Loves Windows felt more like a slug than a celebration.
Matron, I think that.
Wave your words to shore, please.
Maître might not have noticed, as he has been nomadically attending the Théâtre de Vampire.
And the infection spread a year and a half ago?
When a certain vampire was granted dispensation from coven membership.
It's Louis, I got a name.
At least they're kind of like standing up for her, like against Armand.
I keep my business tight, thank you.
Maybe his human friends ask why he can only meet a dog.
Are you companions?
Yes.
No.
Remettez-moi dans ton bureau.
Works, too. It's not the word I would use.
He's still not over Lestat, that's why.
So it's not whatever I want to call it then.
What was my mother's name?
Grace.
Florence. Grace was my sister.
Well, you don't talk about your mother very much.
No, I don't. And so it's okay if you don't remember her name. But that's just how they're settled, and that's great. This is great. What we got is great. We see each other.
So many
And when we want to
fine men in this show. Goodness gracious.
And that's good.
Gosh. Let's start. Shut up.
You promised you wouldn't talk. I love you. Are you schizophrenic, Louis? No, I mean, it felt like.
That would be interesting if he was schizophrenic.
Yeah.
My biological
I could
grandmother
feel-
is.
And you weren't feeling Lestat in the room.
Armand looked a little jealous there.
And I was not aware he was as present as it seemed he was.
Were you two the only ones who survived the fire at the theater?
You weren't provided any information about the fire in our archives. Everything's present. Is that what makes you fascinating?
What is happening here?
The fire? One of my researchers found it in the Beinecke Library in New Haven. She thinks we're working on a book about the post-war reconstruction of Paris.
I'm gonna pause right there. I don't know why, like, I'm kind of getting tears in my eyes because that was kind of creepy. That was kind of a little sinister. Okay, so whoever the guy that the reporter David has been talking to has been sending him information, right? And one of these informations was about this fire at the theater. So he brings up the fire. Not only look at Armand's reaction. Like, he kind of like, he's like, wait a minute, how do you know that? Like, he seems very shocked and not happy that David knew this information. But not only that, but Louis was surprised by that as well. Louis was like, what are you talking about? What fire? Come again? Why is this something that Armand seems to obviously know about, but Louis does not? How would Louis not know about a fire at the theater? Like, unless he like left before the fire happened or something. But why would that not be something that Armand told him? And then David was like very freaked out about that. He kind of flashed back to when, in last episode, when I said I felt really bad for him because they were like really pressing him and like making him feel, you know, attacked. And he was like, okay, moving on. Like, he made a little lie and then just kind of continued on. But that was a bit odd. That was odd. Let's just continue.
Of the third great law, still journaling.
Celeste and Estelle hate me. I hear their petty insults in the middle of our scene.
You know what we call Celeste behind her back? The Marie Celeste, because her talent disappeared without trace years ago.
A few things about you. Go on.
It's interesting she's actually letting him read it.
Met has a gravely
She didn't like
attachment
Louis
to
and
Rose.
Lestat reading her
Now,
journal.
you may feel protected by his equally tender attachment to your Louis. But tender can turn to tinder. A bent lawful with at least half the working girls at Le Chabanais, but I am rigorous. Had I been Estelle or Celeste lurking in the shadows... Oh. And thank you for the kind words you wrote about me.
How do you know what I wrote?
I read it just now, right in front of you.
First, I didn't think I was gonna like him, but I kind of like him now. He seems to be taking a liking to Claudia. I mean, if I was immortal and I had to do something again and again every single night, I would be bored too, even if it was something I enjoyed.
You sold me a dress. Dentelle boutique on Sois la Vente.
I liked you. When you moved on from pickpockets? You're clowning now.
I'm an actress now.
Ah, ok. Théâtre des vampires? I've seen this show.
Un divertissement.
Okay. I showed a little work. Got some love back. I don't know why he sees in him. He's not that attractive.
And the waterfall of pretension bursting forth from his mouth and cavity.
Read my mind.
How dare you? Louis is gorgeous.
already doing it.
Paris giving birth to more genius. She's giving birth,
To modernity itself.
yes, sculptors and authors and photographers.
I love Louis'
and
passion. He
saxophone
lost
players,
that when he was with
innovating,
Lestat.
innovating, collapsing
That's
two
nice to
art
see.
forms into
As an
one,
artist
coming up with
myself,
new ones.
an
Meanwhile,
author.
everyone's fawning over Picasso, but out there on the left bank in shabby hotel rooms and cold water walk-ups, we do live. I'm out in the streets on the barricades.
Dude, you don't sound all that Chicago to me.
Outside Chicago. We roamed all
It's
around.
the emphasis on the second syllable. Borrowed from the French.
So, is mimicry that you good at? Like a
The
parrot?
gent with the upright downstairs.
Or organ monkey?
Cajun drawl. I want to test a theory. Say, New Orleans.
For a buffoon? Anything else you want to say, buffoon? I couldn't hear you from the other side of the table, but you got my attention now. Take your time. Come on.
That power Armand has. Oh my gosh.
Louis? Hell of a shot. Who took it?
A young American, like yourself. He has the eye.
He's saying, I don't have the eye.
No. I think you do have the eye. Like I have the eye. We know it when we see it. Into photography, you get a good price.
Fuck you!
Early work. I can't read anything I wrote before Michael Jackson's hair caught on fire. But some of these aren't so bad, Louis. I think I've seen it somewhere, like in a book or something, right?
There's a good reason you picked that one, Daniel. It's not mine. That's Fred Stein.
Are any of those his? Oh, shoot. I'm getting a really bad feeling.
Delsa Trio lady?
He had a paper bag over her head. She agreed and made it.
This is embarrassing. I don't want you thinking I was trying to pass them off as mine.
Yeah.
I was an adequate photographer. An amateur.
I'm getting a
I
feeling
want all
that
readers to know that.
Armand is messing with
Sure.
both of their minds. Because
Can I get some aspirins, migraines today?
we've been noticing for a while that Louis kind of, his memory isn't, always quite there. And I thought, it's because he's been alive for so long, it's a great aspect to show that, like, after being alive for so long, there's lots of stuff you would forget, I mean, I haven't been alive that long, and I've forgotten a lot of things or misremembered things in my life. So I thought, like, that's cool. It's interesting. But, like, so David has found this interest in Armand for a while, like even before Armand revealed himself as a vampire. And he's kind of watched him and like studied him, and he's been getting these kind of like flashback memory things whenever he looks at Armand. It's like very unsettling. And then with this thing with Louis is like, I didn't put any of these pictures here. Like what, like, why were the pictures replaced? Why were they tampered with? And the way that we saw Armand's power when he at that table and he, made all of the vampires kind of whatever. I don't know, like little things are starting to add up, like little things that like the other vampires are saying, and like little things that we've been seeing since season 1 that kind of like I didn't really register, that are now like, oh, like Armand like is sitting back all cool, like, oh, like I'm just so like, whatever, which is very different from how he was in the past. Like, yeah, he was kind of like that towards Louis, but he still had that cruelty in him, like the way, the rules that he had for his vampires, and the way, he'd kill them if, they broke any of those rules and all of that. Like, he was not some, like, sweet, like, innocent little vampire or whatever. But, like, he's sitting here by Louis' side, like, I was saying last episode, it's like sometimes he like talks for Louis, like he like talks for him, like finishes his sentences, which I thought was just like a cute little like couples thing, like we've been together for so long. But now it's feeling a bit more sinister. I'm like, oh geez, like is he kind of like filling in parts of Louis' life that he doesn't want Louis to remember? And why does he not want Louis to remember him? And then David, you know, he's been having those flashes, and there at the end there it showed someone in a plastic bag, someone dead. Who is that? Like what is going on? What is going on? Oh my gosh. Ugh, okay, let's keep going. I thought they were so cute too, and now I'm like, is he just another Lestat?
It's better than the blaze. When you went out the window and you cracked your neck, man, that was good.
And then the song came back again.
Oh, I should kill whoever wrote it.
We're going to talk about that.
I'm a lieutenant from Düsseldorf. He was 19. He said, I want to know what love is before I die.
Sounds like a lie.
I thought so too, but then he shook so much when I took my shirt off. And now I'm a traitor.
I do not enjoy using my powers like that, Louis.
Yeah, he's very powerful. Is he like a Louis or Lestat's creator or something? Is he like the first vampire? He's very old enough that he can stand in the sun now. Like, that's crazy.
I'm not Lestat, Louis.
Okay. Who are you?
No, truly, who are you? Because I'm getting creeped out now.
A contemporary of my maker, Marius de Romanus. Also a fine painter, albeit one of lesser skill. This is Amadeo. He's 20 years here. He was rescued from a brothel when he was 15, named Arun, then I think. I cannot be sure. The abuse in the brothel was such that he cannot be sure that is what his parents named him. Arun. The parents that sent him to work on a merchant boat in Delhi when in actuality they had sold him into slavery to the ship's captain. All fragments, but then this was 7 years before I was stricken with illness, before I was turned and imbued with my powers, after they set fire to the studio, set fire to my maker, and sent me to Paris.
I'm wondering how much of this is true though, because Lestat had a similar sad sob story.
Magnus, who begat Lestat. Lestat, who begat Louis. On and on.
But it's like, how much are either of them telling the truth?
Who am I, Louis? Am I my history I have endured? Am I the job I do not want?
Give a shit. Trying to play the part. You just want to watch the bounce ball.
15 minutes and I could pretend.
It's a degrading 15 minutes. I like to walk off stage in the middle of it, but I don't. Know it, which is why you run to lose.
I let you whine and have your say. Most in my position would treat you no better than you treated your maker. Let us agree. Going forward, you will do more than the bare minimum on and off stage. And the friend you made, you will not see again.
Yeah, you're starting to see more and more of Armand's true colors.
Armand knows all about Lestat. How long's he known?
Whole time.
What?
Read our minds first night at the theater.
Me and you. You and me and you.
New Orleans, unhappy. Vampire homeland, unhappy. Paris, unhappy. Comes to Coven, you beaming like the whole world went Technicolor.
What does it sound like him? I forgot. Love makes you stupid. Makes you fickle and weak and blind. Let me guess, he's your companion finally. Well, good for fucking you. You and him. Him and you. You and fucking him. Picked another one over me.
You picked the Coven! You left me! Go sit in your choice, sister. Go sit in it.
I mean, they're both right here. Louis does know how to pick them, but yeah, Claudia is the one who wasn't happy with it just being them two. She chased and chased after more vampires.
That is our daughter.
And she finally found them, and she ran into their arms willingly. Louis didn't do that. She chose that. And Armand is the leader of this coven. So if she doesn't like him, it's not Louis's fault. But Louis is always searching for love, and he doesn't know how
Third
to,
floor, balcony.
Keep a watch.
he just wants it so badly that he just believes these horrible people.
You're gonna answer and knock at the door. A pale-faced policeman arrived to the morgue.
Yeah, all that. Have a seat.
Wanker.
I feel like a part of him is just jealous of Louis. He's jealous of the freedom Louis has not being in the coven, the passion that he has for his
You're
photos.
gonna break it off with him, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, it had to happen. There isn't gonna be a hunt, is there? Well, it's quite nice, I suppose.
Is he letting him go?
Much color. You might not know this, but I had the tailor inscribe your initials on the back side of the ticket packet.
Oh, he's disappearing.
Right here. So your name would always
You summoned me.
I felt your panic.
The center isn't holding. Mutiny brewing. Everyone doing what they want when they want.
Santiago wants to be Coven leader. Give him the job.
Never.
Watch him fail.
Never.
Listen to me.
I can't.
Listen.
I will not.
Fine. Then throw him a bone at least. Let him feel like he's your heir apparent. They don't have an alternative. They'll beg you back.
He's finding out the truth about Lestat
Or you want something else?
from Claudia's notes.
I want you. I want you more than anything in the world.
You sure about that, Armand?
Yes, maître.
So they're already seeing him as the leader, even though they're not saying it.
4 Fred Steins in the album. 4. You made me look foolish.
You just assume it was me.
Well, it wasn't me.
You sure about that?
Excuse me?
I take it back.
Take it way fucking back.
It was probably an honest mistake from the start.
You think I need to be coddled? Hyped up? Lied to?
Is that what makes you fascinating?
Yeah, Armand's been messing with his mind, but why? And
Don't be afraid.
for what reason?
Just start the tape. Would you like to join us?
No. You go ahead. Have your fun.
When him and Louis together, and Armand erased the memories of that or something.
What? Warning! Last time. Things got a little heated.
With a boy. Things got heated with a boy. I was at home picking...
What the heck? That's the end. That ended so abruptly. Okay. That was such an abrupt ending. Oh my gosh. What to say? My camera's about to die, so we have to make this quick. But, oh my gosh. Like, I was sitting here like, oh, like, I'm so happy for Louis that he's finally found, like, you know, a normal vampire to be in love with. And I thought they were so cute. But it's like, has Armand been, like, pulling the strings this whole time? Like, everything from, like, David's past to Louis' past, and Louis' past with Lestat. Like, how much of it is true and how much is it not? Like, there's so many things that Louis doesn't even remember. Back in season 1, like, when he, like, had that little thing with that guy who's in the army, who he had been childhood friends with, and he was looking at the boots, and then David was like, well, was it raining? Because he saw the mud on the boots, and then Louis was like, I don't remember. And I just thought, like, oh, like, I love that little detail that he doesn't really remember, and time is warped, and all this stuff. But it's like, is time actually warped, or did Armand warp it? And if he did, for what reason? What reason does Armand have to mess with Louis in this way? What is so special about Louis that these vampires gravitate to him? But also, why is it so important for Armand to mess with Louis in this way? What is the point of this interview? What is Armand getting out of the interview? Because if it's something that Louis wants, why is Armand allowing it if he doesn't want the interview to happen? If he's not going to be honest in the interviews, whatever. Like, what does he get out of all of this? I'm like, I say this every time, like, I think I'm getting closer to answers and I just get more and more questions. And this show is so good, but so frustrating at the same time. I cannot wait to see the next episode. I just really want more answers about Armand. And since I know there's a 3rd season, I'm like, I really hope we get them by the end of this season, but we might not. So, yeah, that was so good. Armand is freaky. He was starting to creep me out there. Like, he's like this puppet master. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was so much fun. I will see you guys next time.